Welcome back to me, mon ami, and the latest instalment in the Grande Panda saga. So today we are taking Grande Panda into the dealership for the third, fourth, fifth, I have no idea time, where in theory they are going to mend the infotainment, which is just as well, because is it not just going on and off now, it's completely died. But in addition to that, there is now another twist and another problem. Viewers of this charade, farce, experience with our lovely Grande Panda, will know that for the last 6 months the infotainment system has been going repetitively on and off, and we've tried a million fixes and none of them worked, and we took it in and they didn't know what to do, and then they ordered a new system, and then it's taken another 6 weeks, and now they're saying it's going to take another 5 days to do it possibly, so we've got to have a courtesy car, which, given we're just sticking in an infotainment, seems quite mad. But what we're also hoping they're going to do while it's in is the recall, because yesterday, lo and behold, we got a letter saying there's a recall on electricals, isn't it?
Cabling,
I think to do with automated driving features, none of which I've used. Obviously new cars, they tend to, the Citroen and me, we had recalls on various things, door locks and whatever, that's by and by, and we're also hoping we can get them to service it, because it is due its service, but we've got a feeling that no, you have to come again for that, and it'll be another 6 week wait. So anyway, you can tell I'm in a good mood, we'll cheer up. But we're going to go to the dealership, see what they say, drop the Grande Panda off. Maybe they will just fix it while we're there and we won't need the courtesy car, good luck. And we'll see what they make of this recall. Right, so we're here. There's a lovely little Topolino in front of us with a smashed windscreen, look at it. Oh, little pebble through it. Anyway, let's get all our stuff out.
yeah,
and transfer it into Elton and see, well, Elton's not with us, but we will transfer it when we're back home and see what they say. But the infotainment is dead completely now. It's really weird, isn't it? It's never been totally dead. Anyway, it is. Panda-tastic, and Topolino-tastic. I like the green. So, we're getting a Fiat 500. Will you fit, Mr. Boo?
that was our first question.
I'm looking forward to having a smaller car. Well, Mr. Boo, have I got a key? Oh, we've got an entertainment system that works. Anyway, look, there's the book club friends on.
Let me turn it off. For filming.
What do you mean?
The sound.
Ah, I see. Well, it'll be on here, I would think.
So, are there two pedals?
Yeah, what's baffling me is, of course, I'm used to my gear sticks being here, and now they're here, so it's drive.
Yeah. Okay, we're driving, we are.
Oh, it feels much more Elton-sized, this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I can actually see the front. I can see over the bonnet, which is a bonus. Probably an advantage if you're driving.
Oh.
Ooh,
that braking system is
that
different.
brake is a lot more fierce than the Panda. Wow, Panda's squishy. That's like slam. And how long are they going to keep in? They're going to do everything. They're going to do the electrical recall. They're going to do a service, which we're going to, of course, have to pay for. And
but because we've had the Panda for a year, we've got to pay for that service.
But if we brought it in before the year, would we get it free?
No.
I like this little car. It's nippy
And zippy.
and a nice size.
Charged.
So it's only 150 kilometre range.
Yeah, you still indicate.
Wow, only 150 kilometres. Is that real? Must have a smaller battery in the Panda then.
Well, it's only a little car, isn't it?
Yes. I would be doing more charging. I hope they fix up the one quick. When are they saying? They're not.
They're not.
In you go. Jiggy. Come on.
You getting in?
You get in. Look. New car. New car. No, I'm not sure about new car.
That'd be a trick. Oh, we don't have to get out the steam.
Well, we've had the call from the man from Del Monte, from Mr. Fix It Again Tony, to say that Grande Panda is, well, they claim the infotainment's been fixed, the recall issue with the cabling's been done, and he's had a service which we have to pay for. And to be honest, they called yesterday, so within 24 hours they got back to us. We just couldn't make it yesterday, so we're in the little Fiat 500 Electric, and we're headed back to pick up the Panda, and we'll see whether it's worked, this replacing the infotainment, and what they've done, whether they've replaced the software, etc. We'll try and find out what they think's going on with this, because clearly this infotainment thing is not an isolated issue. I've come across, even last week I came across somebody else in an Italian Facebook group who was having exactly the same thing of it looping. But interestingly, we've been driving around this little Fiat 500 and I can see why they sold so many of these. I mean, they were quite expensive, and given the range is only 150 kilometers, they were really quite expensive, but they really work around here. They're sort of Elton size, they're nippy, they're agile. They'd be no good for my tours, and they wouldn't be half as much good for our camping trips, because I mean, you could put the tent on the roof, but you'd have nothing like the room in the back for all our gizmos and smokers and batteries. But as a little city car, if you saw one of these second hand, I think you could do a lot worse. They're very, very, very convenient. Anyway, let's hope Grande Panda is gonna, for the first time in 6 or 8 months, be actually firing on all cylinders. Let's see. Right, we have arrived at Mozart Autos. Let's see what they've done with Grande Panda. It's very narrow, their back passage. Fiat Topolino, has it had its windscreen mended? No, it's still broke. Oh dear, they must be waiting for a new screen maybe. Do you think?
I think so. Let's go and check in, check out.
So I'll just abandon it here. Briggs is making friends while we wait for the car.
Maybe.
Oh, t'es mignon, tu sais? Oh oui, t'es moi comme t'es mignon. Oh oui. Oui, t'es mignon.
Non, on a pensé c'est bien de faire.
Right, so the proof of the pudding, as they say, is in the eating. We're halfway to IKEA, and we haven't had a technical collapse yet. It's stayed on. The camera, when I reversed out the car park, is working. It's so exciting. It's almost like we've got a new car. Oh, we did get a new car. But no, they were very nice, I have to say, and Mozart have been perfectly nice. The delay wasn't their fault. The delay was the process of getting back to Fiat signing off on whether they could send them a new thing, and then the new thing coming. But in terms of actual treatment, we've got no common legs. Så spänningsboxen kan inte läs. Oh la la. Let's enjoy that. So let us carry on and see if it keeps working. What were the other stuff they did in terms of the recall, Mr. Boo, did he say?
So they have checked the cabin filter for the AC.
But in terms of the recall,
I mean,
the issue with the cabling.
Yeah, they've done all the repairing of the cablage, the electrical cables.
So what was the fault?
It was just a known fault that had been reported, so they've done it on all the Pandas of our age.
Right, so if you've got one, you'll probably be getting your recall letter, I imagine. Whether it applies to the hybrids as well, I imagine it does, but we'll see. But it's certainly pretty... They did it fast, didn't they?
They did that bit very fast.
And they've just done a general service on the rest, haven't they? You got 200 quid.
Lights, brakes, air filters, and then they took it for a test drive.
And they took this to a test to test the ordinateur.
Yeah.
To test the infotainment.
Yeah.
Well, the ordinateur. Good. Well, let's keep everything crossed that Grande Panda is back to full fonctionnement. And that should be where this video ended, because I've been happy for a couple of days. I've been driving around this morning just for fun, and I literally got back in the car and gone into the supermarket and said to myself, oh, I'm sort of falling in love with this again. I like it. I'm happy. Everything's working. And then this happened. Well, I came out for a drive in the car because everything was working. I just went to the supermarket. I got back in the car. I was just thinking, oh, it's nice. Everything's working. I've got my music, got my maps. The car will not even come out of parking mode now. The key doesn't do it with the brake, and the key fob, the electronic fob, doesn't turn on the automatic locking. So we're back to square one. No, just can't. Now Googling to try and see if there's an override spot, because obviously there's a lot of videos about cars getting stuck in park mode. But I can't see where there could possibly be an override slot here unless it's underneath.
Recording. 3 channels started.
Well, still here. 40 minutes. I don't know what to do. I've tried everything. Seatbelts in and out, unplugging things, checking all the doors to the charger, all of that stuff. But I think the key is that this is not responding to the electronic door opening is not responding. Now that obviously wouldn't alter the transmission, but something has gone. But you know, when we first got it, this thing didn't work. We had to take it in. And it was a loose fuse as far as I remember. So Mr. Boo has arrived now. It's going well. You've got fibre problems as well, haven't you? In one of your apartments. I think what we should do is try and plug the charger into the power bank and into it and see if we can trip it. So Mr. Boo has bought one of our power banks up in Elton, and we've plugged him in into this to sort of see if we can trip it into thinking different, because this used to work before when we had trouble with the remote control when we first got it. The electrics have never been right since day one. So unbelievably that has done it. By plugging in the power bank from Elton, we've managed to make this work and not have to call out the bloody low loader. But I mean, it's not right still, is it? You know, you can't have this every time. They must want to carry a power bank round with me now. I'm keeping it moving. I cannot begin to tell you how stressful this is. I literally feel like we've now got to carry a power bank round with us in the boot, because at least then you can do what we've just done and save the day. So note to you, if you get into a situation like that where it's unresponsive, just plug it in and it trips it. But I mean, it should not be like that. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like, please give us a comment, please think about buying us a coffee. But most of all, folks, remember, stay charged. Bye. Bye.